Hey everyone. I unintentionally took quite a while in expressing my thoughts on its announcement, so I kind of figured why not parallel that with purposely taking some time to gather my thoughts on having purchased it. Again, bit of a teaser overview kind of thing. The Criterion collection, if you don't know, is a home media company that makes special editions of various classic, international, cult favorite movies and whatnot. And just this past month, they hit the milestone of releasing their 1000th distinct title, Spine Number 1000. It's gotten some mixed thoughts amongst those in the know, but among the folks who went out and purchased it quite recently. And here it is. Godzilla, the Showa era films, 1954 to 1975. Good look at the front cover there. Along the spine, you can see 1000 at the bottom there. Back cover, also very nice. And something that's originally attached to it when purchased, but you can safely remove. A little just sheet of paper with a product description, list of the special features, the companies licensed for this, list of all the movies. Pretty nice to hold on to, but it's thankfully originally attached with just that plastic based peelable glue, so it's not really a danger to the packaging itself. So to kind of provide a view of the inside here, you first get this double page spread, Godzilla rampaging through Tokyo. Table of contents, unique introductory article, Reign of Destruction, written by Steve Riefel, not sure. Got a good few pages of that. Then on to the individual movie descriptions, write-ups, main cast and crew listings. Of course, you get 1954's Godzilla, directed by Ishiro Honda. Sorry, this isn't the best angle. 1955's Godzilla Raids Again, from Motoyoshi Oda. King Kong vs. Godzilla, released in 1963. Let's see. Originally directed by Ishiro Honda, English version by Thomas Montgomery. Mothra vs. Godzilla from 1964, again by Ishiro Honda. Gojira, the three-headed monster, 1964, again from Ishiro Honda. Invasion of Astro Monster, 1965, by Ishiro Honda. Ebirah, Horror of the Deep, 1966, from Jun Fukuda. Son of Godzilla, 1967, again by Jun Fukuda. Destroy All Monsters, 1968, directed by Ishiro Honda. All Monsters Attack, 1969, directed by Ishiro Honda. Godzilla vs. Hedorah, 1971, directed by Yoshimitsu Banno. Godzilla vs. Gigan, 1972, directed by Jun Fukuda. Godzilla vs. Megalon, 1973, directed by Jun Fukuda. Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, 1974, directed by Jun Fukuda. And finally, Terror of Mechagodzilla, 1975, directed by Ishiro Honda. You get, again, some production info, acknowledgements and whatnot. Another nice little piece of artwork. And then in the back, all 8 discs, 7 for the movies, 1 for the 8th for additional special features, each including overall at least 2 movies each, except for the first disc, which is new edition of the original 1 movie Godzilla release, including Godzilla and the King of the Monsters American version. So yeah, that's this big thing. I hope I didn't skip any pages and showed all the movies. But yeah, quite an undertaking. 15 movies over 21 years. First major series of basically the #1, internationally known kaiju monster franchise. And like I've kind of said before in the sort of prelude video to this, I understand some of the criticisms with both what's included in this and how it's designed. Yes, this is kind of unwieldy and obviously can't be stored properly with other Blu-rays or DVDs. When it comes to what material is featured on this, has gotten some mixed feelings, like with what Toho has they allow Criterion to use for this set. And also just the idea that a kaiju franchise like this is the landmark #1000 title from Criterion instead of something perhaps more grounded or more, I don't know, clearly like psychologically meaningful or something. Some people perhaps wanted like personal dramas or historical epics or what have you. But it's still nice for a company like them to acknowledge films of this type, ranging from the heartbreaking to the hilarious, but still providing lasting impact in its home country and far beyond. Maybe, at least when it comes to the, physical dimensions of this, somewhere down the line, maybe there'll be a re-release and perhaps similar volume, but of course more manageable size, something more sensibly Blu-ray height. But until then, this is the option to go with. And like I said, again in the previous video regarding this, pretty significant for me to get it, considering my very first Criterion title was the single Blu-ray release of the original Godzilla. Got it for either Christmas or my birthday 5-6 years ago, something like that. Good portion of the special features on the box set are just the ones that were included on this. The rest are kind of franchise overall, not specific to certain films. But there's still things like, the English version of King Kong vs. Godzilla, various English dub tracks. There's still a few specific things to enjoy if you don't want to just, look at the Showa era as a whole. Sorry. I guess show off, again, kind of the evolution from this release to that in reverse. You got the original Godzilla, spine number 594. Center case has goofy but pretty cool pop-up imagery. An included but physically separate booklet with just a little production info and an essay. And obviously the Blu-ray disc itself. So kind of in summary, I'm really glad I got this set on sale during Barnes & Noble's November sale for Criterion products right now. It's a little over $100. Might be cheaper through some other means if you can get it for a nice price at, ideal quality. Go for it. Again, with the mixed feelings and stuff, I understand. But then again, it's when it comes to this kind of company, I'd say you have to already have a decent time of experience with this. If you're gonna go ahead and buy something of this significance, not necessarily just test the waters with the landmark Spy number 1000. But if you are especially interested, if you have the money for it, the potential like emotional investment or what have you, go ahead and check this out. Not sure if they'll eventually get to the Heisei or Millennium eras. If they do, it probably won't be a product of quite this impressive but controversial physical design, but be interesting follow-ups nevertheless. And also, last little touch that I didn't note, I could also understand people having some negative thoughts on the cover and other, the original artwork for the overall set. Like it not specifically looking like the show era version. And of course the bright pop art colors. But also an official video on Criterion's YouTube channel talks with the artist, and she noted she was kind of interested in, sort of testing out her skills with a color layout like this, and also to kind of interpret, the famous kaiju as she saw fit. So I guess it's kind of an amalgam of the different designs, but yes, unfortunately not, Showa specific. I think that's about my overall thoughts on this. I haven't dived into the series just yet, although I have seen the first movie on its original Blu-ray that I got. Very happy to have both ends of, Criterion's Godzilla releases thus far, if that makes sense. Single Blu-ray of the first movie, big box set of the first 15 movies. Still not entirely sure where I'm gonna place it permanently, somehow amongst my other Criterion movies, or somewhere decently adjacent to them. But it's definitely something for me to think about while enjoying having this amongst my assortment. So, atomic breath. Whatever. It's late, I'm kind of drowsy. And my already not quite focused style is probably showing more cracks in it than usual. Yeah, but anyway, that's Godzilla, the Showa era films, 1954 to 1975. Little rundown of how the set physically looks, my overall thoughts on its release and my purchasing it. So with that, I'll see you later, folks.